just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
What's up, gardeners? Welcome to the green room. We've got a great show planned for you tonight, but first, I've got my eggplant flowers that just opened up. So today I'm gonna be hand pollinating. I've got my electric toothbrush. Let's go. This is my second time growing eggplant in the grow tent, and since we've got no pollinators in here, it is up to me to hand pollinate in order to get fruit. This is the little finger eggplant. I currently have it set up on a string trellis. It is doing super well. I've got some flowers that opened up today. We are going to work on hand pollinating with the electric toothbrush. I've also got my first eggplant that's starting to grow right there, which is really exciting. The goal is to transfer the pollen from the stamen to the stigma. A light breeze can achieve this as well, but using an electric toothbrush will ensure correct pollination and hopefully increase my yield. And that's how I pollinate my eggplant. Enjoy the show, everybody.
All right. Welcome all my garden enthusiasts and passionate plant people to a new edition of the Let's Get Growing show here on the Urban Gardener channel. It is the Green Room, and it is not only really wonderful to have you here tonight, but I just want to say this too. I know we got a whole thing and everything, but I got to say this actually right at the top of the show. I'm really used to doing these Let's Get Growing shows here on the weekends and all of that, and doing them myself and all of that. But I am so fortunate to open and introduce this whole new show in our lineup to you with an amazing, wonderful co-host. And I'm so glad that she said yes to being here and being our co-host tonight. So let's definitely welcome and give a big, huge welcome to Natalie, the Fresh Princess, to our show as our co-host from this day forward. Thank you so much, Natalie, again, for taking on this adventure with me here on the Let's Get Growing show here now with the Green Room.
Good to see you, Enoch. Thank you so much. I appreciate the warm welcome. I am so excited for tonight. And what's up, gardeners? Welcome, everybody. We have an awesome first show planned for you guys tonight. Joining us in the green room, we've got Shawnee from Shawnee Grows.
Yes, and also we have joining with us as well too here, as I can get this up here for everybody to see. We got Robin from Robin Gardens, as well as Katrina from Sow and Tear too. So we got the three of them. They're going to be our first contributors here to the Green Room with their new segment, Grow What You Eat. So really excited about that too. They're going to normally be here live with us, not live with us. They're going to be here live with us tonight, but they're normally going to be here doing a really great, fun recorded segment for us all and everything on our regular shows. But again, too, I want to remind everybody also that we are here as our kind of soft launch, right, Natalie? This is kind of our so we're kind of taking it a little bit loose tonight, but
yeah, getting a feel for things, getting comfortable with it all.
Getting a good feel for things as well too here. So,
but before we get into things, just a quick shout out to all the replay viewers. Anybody that's watching the live replay, thank you so much for giving us some of your time and watching, and let us know that you're here in the comments.
Yes, definitely drop into the comments below and let us know you're here. And yeah, so right here at the top of the show, this is what's going on. Here we are, the Green Room, Natalie. So first off, how things been? Tell us real quick here too, to let you know we're getting going now. How excited are you for the show, and also to what you've been up to lately?
I am very excited about the Green Room. It is going to be a new experience interviewing fellow gardeners and getting to connect with more people from the community. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to connecting with new people. As for what's going on with me, well, I'm in the garden. This is where
Yeah.
I'll be. This is where
Ah,
I'll be doing the show from the grow tent, so you guys can see what
as you
the
do normally
excitement is.
on your regular live streams, right?
Yes, yeah, I have a daily live stream, as most people know, and yeah, I do it from the grow tent. So this is the grow tent. This is where I grow my own food, and this is where I'll be doing the show from. So everyone can get a look at the fun space I get to hang out in all day long.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, too, here I am. If folks who watch the Let's Get Growing show here on the weekends as well, too, know here I am in our little living room studio with all of our wonderful plants, too. And again, too, it's a little winter time, too, but I'm more of a vegetable gardener and growing outdoors in our alleyways and rooftops and all of that sort of stuff that we have here. That, again, as we get growing through the season, I'll be sure to share with all of you for sure as we get growing along too. I did want to say though too, I did love the video that you put up front there so that everybody get to see. So when we start the show, we'll get a nice little clip of some of the things that we got growing on. And we got to start off checking out your eggplants there in your grow room too.
Yeah. Well, as you know, indoor gardening is a whole different ball game, right? So
Yep.
that's going to be cool too. Is you're more of the outdoor urban gardener, and so it'll be cool to kind of fuse the two worlds together and just, exchange ideas and information. So I'm excited about
Mm-hmm.
that. Why don't
Yeah.
you tell everybody about your monstera back there?
Oh, the big huge monstera here.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I will tell everybody about the monstera is it's survived the winter break. And anybody who's saw or followed the show and saw during the winter break, I came on and joined on for a little bit, and I talked about and asked everybody whether or not I should cut it down and take cuttings and put it into several different new plants, right? And I decided, no, it's still got a little bit more room, so I'm going to go ahead and let it grow a couple of more leaves before I do that. So maybe we'll do that later in the year or something like that. I'm not sure, but it is a really a big, beautiful backdrop as well too. So it's really
So
hard to give that up.
So your propagation addiction is under control then. You don't feel the need to
Oh,
take
kind of.
cuttings from everything.
I did take a lot, so I think I did get my my fulfillment of cutting plants up and taking propagations and things throughout my winter break. That was just one I was considering while I was doing the rest, but I did plenty. I decided to go ahead and leave that alone and let it go ahead and continue to be the backdrop here
Yeah.
in the show and everything, as well as all of our other great ones. I did add down below though too another monstera. It's a more of a this one here you see up front. It's kind of
Yeah.
a Swiss cheese plant type of
Yeah.
monstera.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. So I did add one of those to it to climb up into it as well. So I don't
Is
know. We'll
that
see what's going
what
on.
it's actually called? A Swiss cheese monstera? Or is that
Well, it's
just
Adelonce. I can't say it. It's something with an A, I think. Monstera A, and this is Monstera D delicosia.
got it?
Yeah, yeah. So there
So we
are
got the
different
whole
ones.
alphabet.
There are different ones. Yeah, yeah, it's great. So I got a different monstera this type growing up into the other type of monstera. So it'll be kind of cool. It's kind of neat. Maybe I'll give everybody a nice look at it sometime when it's really growing, and we can share that as a clip or something for everybody down the road for sure.
I'm gonna have to try one of those aeroponically maybe and see how that does in the system.
Some house plants aeroponically, that would be
Yeah,
great.
sure. Why
Yeah, that would
not?
be
I know a
great.
lot of people that do it and it works well.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing too, and on that thing, or ideas you're saying that you grow and you do things different and things like that. That's one of the great things I loved about the idea of having you on as a co-host, though, too, was the fact
Right.
that we do grow things differently and we do that, and there is that variation of it. Because again, I want to continue this idea, the same idea we do with our regular shows on the weekend, is that we're talking with throughout this next year with all sorts of gardeners who have all sorts of backgrounds, grow in all sorts of ways. And maybe sometimes it might even be a gardeners necessarily. Maybe we'll talk to some beekeepers or some, other folks who grow different things as well or do different things, So, we're lots of variety, lots of cool things, lots of different ways of gardening and growing. We're all here to really learn some new stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I love about the community. We've got all kinds of people, like you said, beekeepers, different types of farmers that have grow different kinds of crops and specialize in different kinds of grow methods or mediums, and I love it. I'm really excited to connect with all kinds of people. That's the best part about the gardening community is it. That's what brings us all together, is that one common thing, is the love of gardening.
Yes,
No
yes,
matter what it
exactly.
is.
Exactly, and already too, and I'm already looking. I'm gonna have to get in here. This is pretty great for our very first show out here on the green room. Here is I already see there's lots of folks already jumping in, conversating, talking about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
got a
so
lot of people in the chat tonight.
yeah, so talk about the community. There's quite a community conversation going on in our chat right now too. So I will mention that too as well too. You know, this being more of a conversational interview type of channel, we're going to work the best we can to engage with people. So we encourage folks to leave comments and all of that. We'll try to be popping those sort of things throughout the night up
Yeah,
on the
and to ask
screen too.
questions. Ask
Ask
questions.
questions. Definitely ask questions. We'll be highlighting those, and when it comes to questions, we'll try to fit them into the conversation. You know, is that we'll be having, because this will be a great fun gardening conversation between all of us. But we do want you all to be involved, because that's what's great about doing live streams. So definitely drop in questions, comments, and those sort of things in there, and we'll get to them. But also at the top of the show, we want everybody to get used to this as well too. We want people to drop in right at the top of the show. If you're joining in with us or anything, just let us know who you are, where you're gardening from, and maybe something that you got growing on right now. And you drop those into our conversation right now. And backstage, we got our friend the J-Bot back there. She'll be highlighting those and everything so that we can have those pop up here on the screen. And at the top of the show too, we can do a little thing that we're going to call roll call.
My name is Kevin. Yeah. That is my name. Yeah. They call me Kevin. Yeah. Because that's my name. Roll call.
So, all right. Roll call now. That means that, again, you guys can get up here. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you're growing from, what you got growing on.
Present.
Yeah. We got Natalie, the Fresh Princess. She'll be here with us each and every week, though. Now, so awesome. Got a co-host with me here, but let's see who we've got in here. I know there were, in fact, you know what was so great, Natalie? As we were getting started and we were ramping up and we're working on things, people were already getting into the comments.
I know. I popped in early and I saw.
In fact, we had Riz Lex here. He jumped in all the way back. Let's see here. Earlier today at 1:46 my time, Pacific time here.
Wow.
1:46. Early into the chat. That was really great.
Riz is across the world. We got and we got Seed Addict. Good evening, Les. Good to see you. And yes, you were early.
For sure. Be witten. Looking forward to this event, man. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you as well here throughout the show as we get growing on this year.
And Bowtie, good to see you. Always good to see you. So glad to have you here. Welcome.
Yeah. Craft Organics in the conversation with us as well too. Good evening, Craft. It's great to have you here with us. Bowtie again there. And
what's up, MK? Good to see you. Get your popcorn. I've got mine ready, so let's enjoy the show.
That's right. I hope you're enjoying that popcorn. Good day, Bernie. Great to see you. Awesome to have you here in the conversation with us here tonight.
And we've got Robin in the house from Chicagoland. Oh, yeah, nice. Cool. Minus 21. Wow. Cold day where you're at.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we got the cold down here too, so at least you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Riz, cheers. Excellent. Oh, yeah. Excellent. Let's see here. Who else do we got in the conversation? I'll make sure we're trying to shout out as many people as we can. South Florida Sunshine Tropicals popping in for this kickoff. Yeah, exactly. First Green Room show here tonight.
What's up, Lawrence? Good to see you. Good evening from cold and wet Maryland. Wow, sounds unpleasant. Glad you're here with us tonight.
Excellent. And as well, too, another one of our guests. We saw Robin just a minute ago. It's So and Tear. Katrina will be with us as well, too, in just a few minutes here as our guests talking about their segment, Grow What You Eat. Let's see here. Who else we got? Oh,
And we've got Kevin here. Good evening, Kevin. Good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight.
awesome, awesome. And also Adam Burley's joining with us on the show too. And Adam actually is a good friend of mine. He just lives right up the road from me here in Southern Oregon.
Oh, no way.
Central Point. Yeah. So
That's so funny.
Excellent. Thanks again.
What's up, Adam?
For being here.
And we've got the ultimate gardener. Oh, the ultimate gardener. Nice.
That's right.
I like that handle.
That's Emmanuel Arce, my good friend, young man out of Florida, does his own little gardening channel too as well. Thanks for being here with us tonight. Mushroom Mark, awesome to have you here with us as well as
Bohemian. Oh my gosh, my eyesight. Bohemian Herbology Naturals. Welcome. Good to see you.
I knew you were going to have fun with that one.
Yeah, like honestly, I just sometimes I can't really see well.
Lots of folks here tonight. So great to see you all here with us tonight. I mean, we got to get through all of this.
What's up?
Yeah, we got to get through here tonight. Craft Organics again. Thanks for being here.
Dusty Flats, good to see you. Happy Monday, everybody.
And then we say hi to Crazy Life Homestead and
Sam, good to see you. Happy you're here with us tonight. Happy Monday.
Garden Gurus even. Right on.
Yeah,
man.
wow.
Excellent.
Honored.
South Florida Sunshine Tropicals. I've eaten Monstera fruit a couple of times. I haven't had one this one. I don't know. Maybe someday I could grow it under the right conditions, but those things got to be in the right conditions. But I hear the fruit are delicious.
I had no idea that they produce fruit. That is, you learn something new every day. And there it is.
I guess something like what, banana, pineapple, or something like that. You know, kind of a mix of those flavors.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Right on. Excellent. Let's see here. Did we say hi to Lawrence?
Yeah, we said hi to Lawrence.
Hydroponically in his basement garden.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. Then let's say hi to Eddie from North Alabama checking in.
What's up, Eddie? Good to see you. Yeah, we got Les, Seed Addict. Good to see you. Les was I think the second one here.
Oh, really? Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, we got Mike, community. The Telephonator.
Awesome.
Happy Monday, Mike.
Mushroom Marks, Farky. Awesome. -12 with wind chill here in Minnesota. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think it's cold around here. Boy, oh boy. That is really, really cold. I know that's cold around where you're at too, right? Natalie.
Yeah, it's freezing here. We got Turpopotamus. What's up? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out.
Awesome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in with us here on our initial roll call of the Green Room show here. So again, thank you everybody for jumping in and hanging out with us tonight. This is just so wonderful, Natalie. Again, our first show. We're just kind of hanging out loose. We're calling this our soft launch, as you will, but we've got plenty of awesome things coming up here real soon. And we'll talk about those here just a little bit later on in the show, as we'll tell you what we got coming up on the show and all those sort of things towards the end of the show and everything as well too. But I think it's probably a good time right now to go ahead and take our first break, Natalie. We'll take our first break real quick. And then when we come back, let's welcome in our guests that we have, which are our segment contributors for Grow What You Eat tonight.
Why wait for the right season to start your garden when you can grow anything you want all year round? This is my indoor garden where I grow all of my own produce regardless of the season. Aeroponically grown food, pesticide-free, all organic. The mission is to inspire and educate others to do the same. Whether you're limited in space or not, an indoor garden can be your reality. Follow along as I explore all the ways to achieve a successful indoor garden. From aeroponic Dutch buckets to vertical grow towers, I experiment with all kinds of grow mediums and varieties. Let's learn and grow together and reclaim our food sovereignty.
All right, all right. Look at that. Yes, let's reclaim it, Natalie. That's awesome. Oh man, I'm telling you, what a great, great little grow room you've got. All those amazing things. Tell us just
Yeah.
a little real quick here before we move on. Tell us a little bit more about like what we're seeing right over your shoulder there. What do you got growing in there?
Well, over my shoulder, we've got the eggplant, as you guys saw in the opening intro. We have to pollinate those. We've got a bunch of different tomato varieties. Each plant is its own heirloom variety. Actually, shout out to Seed Addict in the audience or viewing right now in the chat. He actually sent me the seeds for all these varieties.
Oh,
And then I've got some peppers growing back there. And we just cleaned up the green grow tower. I had lettuce for several weeks being harvested. And yeah, this is in my basement. It's where I grow my own food. And it's more of a learning curve right now, learning experience. But yeah, it's been a fun journey for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing better than growing your own.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's really great. And again, too, that's one of the things I think is so fantastic because, you think it's a grow tent, you're growing indoors, you're doing these things aeroponically, hydroponically, these sort of methods and everything. But look at what you just saw in that little promo of the sort of stuff that you're getting out of that. That is just amazing, the type of food. And I'm going to tell you this, too, though, the one advantage of having a system like that as well, too, is you can grow year round.
I can grow all year round, and especially being in Canada, we only have 3 short growing months, so it's challenging to be. I mean, there's things that you can grow throughout the fall, like your garlic and stuff like that, or your brassicas that are more cool weather crops. But here, I get the opportunity to grow things like watermelon. It's challenging to grow watermelon in Canada because in 3 months, you can't really get it to a proper harvestable size. I mean, you can, but it's tricky. The weather's unpredictable. So
Yeah.
indoors where it's at sometimes in a cold climate.
Yeah, and that is, was that kind of one of the reasons why you thought to maybe go in and do a system like this and all of that was because of certain conditions you would have to maybe garden in outdoors?
Yeah, so the system, so indoor gardening was going to happen regardless. The decision was between a greenhouse or a grow tent. The reason why I went with a grow tent is just to have it in the home rather than outside and having to deal with heaters and stuff. And then the systems, I don't, no slight to soil gardening or anything like that. It's just, it's efficient, it's quick. You save on a lot of nutrients and water because the plants only take what they need. And so it's a great way to grow indoors.
Awesome. Excellent. So real quick here before we get as well to this would be the part of the show. I gotta remember my timeline here, Natalie, but again, first show. But anyways, I gotta let everybody know what we got growing on around here on the Let's Get Growing show this last weekend on the show, because this is again the 3-day weekend. The Green Room's in addition to our regular Saturday show that we do on Saturday, of course, and our Sunday edition of the show. And back on Saturday, we had with us Bevan Cohen from Small House Farm was with us here. Bevan's a good friend of ours, good friend of mine. I've known him for several years, but he also hosts the podcast Seeds and Weeds, as well as we got to meet Corey from the Green Bay Gardener. Corey has his kitchen window behind him is the Green Bay Packers Stadium.
Oh,
how
wow.
cool is that? Yeah, it's all in the background and everything like that. I thought that was really cool.
I thought you were going to say he has an herb garden in his window.
It is back behind, down on the
team.
ground, but across the street and then behind him is, it's really
beautiful.
Cool. So yeah, if you want to see that, you want to meet and check out Corey from the Green Bay Gardener, go check him out on our Saturday show, as well as our Sunday edition of the show. These shows are at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturday and Sunday. But this Sunday was the third Sunday. And on the third Sunday, we do what is our monthly gardening book club. And that is my one and only other co-host I have. But my good friend, Mr. MBC, joins us to do our book club on the third Sunday of each month. And yesterday we had on the show with us Sam Kaufman He's the author of Survival Gardening. It's Grow Your Own Emergency Food Supply from Seed to Root Cellar. And I'm telling you, what an interesting. You got to kind of wait there. He does get and come on to the show. He had some technical difficulties. He was very out there somewhere and all that. But we did finally get him on. Really interesting, really great conversation. Because we talked about, even you talked about with your promo about, we're looking at food, obviously we're looking at, how our food is grown and all that sort of stuff. But he's really put some emphasis on like, survival gardening. This is what, like, if you had no other choice, this is what it takes to get growing and get gardening.
I mean, those are skills that you'd want to know, just in case. It's always good to know how to grow something. So
yeah, he's
definitely got to check that out.
Beret, Army medic, and herbal medic as well too, and all of that sort of stuff. So he's got some real background on taking care of and doing some things like that. So
wow,
yeah,
valuable life skills for sure.
All right. So that's what we had growing on here on the Let's Get Growing show over the weekend. So, all right. So this would be the time where we would be bringing in our guests. What I'm going to do to, again, Luce here, we got to get a little guest promo or something. We'll have that. So we'll definitely know exactly what it is. But let's go ahead and bring in our guests for tonight.
Yeah. So tonight, joining us on the green room, we've got Shawnee from Shawnee Grows.
Oh, I better get our or wait, we need this one tonight. We need this one tonight.
Is this the one?
There we
Okay.
go. We got,
good evening.
Yes. Shawnee from Shawnee Grows. We also have with us Robin from Robin Gardens. And we also have
we've got Katrina from Sow and Tear. Good to see you all.
Excellent. We've got you three on the show with us tonight because, when I thought of doing a new show and putting it together, I was like, man, we need to put together another one of those really cool segments like we do on our Sunday show, because we got a segment on the Sunday show called In the Garden. And so I kind of asked you three to join in with all of us and the team and put together a really fun segment called Grow What You Eat. Right. So that's really awesome of you guys to do that. We'll talk about that here in just a minute or two, but let's go ahead.
Thank you, ladies, so much for being here with us tonight for our first show. I'm so excited. Why don't you ladies take the floor, introduce us or introduce yourselves. Why don't we start with Shawnee?
I am a gardener in Minnesota Zone 5A, which is the new thing that we're doing with the zones.
Zones, that's right. Yeah. New information, new zones.
So I've been gardening for 7 years now, and my garden is actually at a property where I do not live. I am traveling 15 minutes to go there. So that means, I have to have my clipboard ready, and I have to have my tools set and my plan in motion and have the seeds in the caddy ready to go.
Wow. Awesome. You travel to go to your garden. That's so interesting.
It's really different.
I'll have more questions about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to circle back around on that for sure. It's really great. And how about next up, let's hear what you got growing on there. Robin, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, hi, I'm Robin, and my channel's Robin Gardens, and I am in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. I garden in raised beds mostly. I have stone beds and bird east beds. But I also have things in the ground as well. I've been gardening for decades. So I have lots of different experiences under my belt. And I'm a Zone 5B here in Chicagoland. And I just love mostly that I can walk out my back door and have a grocery store for 6-7 months of the year.
Beautiful.
Oh,
I love that. Thank you for that. And Katrina, take it away.
Yeah, I'm Katrina from Sow and Tear, and I have a kind of a different experience. I am now at a new property. I am building from the beginning, so we're going to see that process. But before I moved here, I had in city, right, urban homesteading. So I was doing gardening and raising rabbits for meat and quail for meat and eggs and chickens. Gardening, I had over 50 fruit trees on a 7,000 square foot lot with garden space, and then all these other things, dug a pond, all that. So that was from 2013 to 2024 when I moved here. And I've done all sorts of things with, you do your preservation. I mean, you got to cook too, right? You got to cook and use your food. But preservation, such as drying, canning, freeze drying. There's so many things you can do with your garden, and one of the things that I encourage people to do is actually have the stuff in your house, because if you don't actually get it in your house, you're not going to use it. And one of the things that I like to do when I go to a party or something is I bring an edible bouquet. So it's pretty cool to do that, and it's pretty cool to have a bouquet of herbs in your kitchen, so you don't have to go out and go, oh, I forgot to grab this one little thing out there. You already have your small little bunch, which is great. But yeah, so now I'm on almost 70 acres. I plan on expanding the existing garden that's here, and I will be building a food forest, which will have all of the elements of all of that. Food, animals, all of that. So we're going big, and yeah. So I have a lot of plans, and a lot of plans that are based on some experience doing it small scale in the urban setting.
Awesome.
Let me know when it's ready, and I'll be there for a tour. Sounds amazing.
Well, that's not fair. You gotta dig a few holes.
Yeah,
I'll
it does.
work. I'll earn my keep.
Right on. Excellent. Again, like I was saying, we brought you three together again to do a segment, and I've already seen people put in the comments talking about surrounded by ladies. Look at all these awesome ladies I've got around me. But I was also saying too, I've noticed, and it just worked out this way and didn't even think about it at all. But the guys on Sunday doing in the garden, and we got the ladies on Monday night doing grow what you eat. So that's going to be really, really awesome.
I forgot to give my zone. My zone is 8B.
I think something happened with our Fresh Princess screen here. Let's see. We'll let her get that fixed up there real quick. Let's go to a 4 panel real quick here.
Oh, this is different. There we go.
It's a little different. Yeah, I know. You got to watch out here when we're changing things around. We'll go back to the other one here when Natalie gets something. I don't. Something must have happened there. That's the thing about doing live shows, though, too. Again, I'll say is that you never know what's going to happen. Same with yesterday's show. We had issues with our guest Sam. He was having some technical difficulties too. But we just kind of go with the flow around here, and no problems at all. I did want to go ahead and say, like I said, we got the Grow What You Eat segment, and it's just going to be really awesome. I'm just really excited about seeing what you all bring to this really cool new segment and everything. I want to give Shawnee just maybe a minute or two there to go ahead and, give us a little bit of a rundown. Tell us a little bit, about the Grow What You Eat segment coming up here on the Green Room. And I'm going to bring Natalie back on, but you go ahead and get us going there, Shawnee.
Yeah, I'll do my little promo here. So Robin, Katrina, and I are so excited to finally share something that we have been quietly building, a collaborative series called Grow What You Eat, why we grow our food, how we cook or preserve it, and how it actually shows up on our plate. Each week, Robin, Katrina, and I take a different piece of that puzzle. So Robin brings decades of experience growing abundance in her zone 5B using organic, low disturbance methods, and she'll be grounding us each month with her plant of the month. So helping people understand what to grow, why it matters, how to succeed. She's all about the flavor, right? Katrina closes the loop by showing us how to cook from the garden or preserve the harvest. So using the kitchen to help brainstorm what goes in the garden, eating with the seasons. She has experience, like she said, on 70 acres in zone 8B. And with her, you will learn, grow, feast. Now, my role is helping people zoom out and ask better questions. So what's actually on your plate? What do you actually eat every week? We're going to talk about planning your meals backwards, mapping your space with bird's eye views, finding opportunities, navigating hunger, and more. So this series is about empowerment, helping people stop feeling behind, stop feeling intimidated, and start growing food that actually shows up on your plate, because you don't need a farm. You need a plan, a system, and a little curiosity. And we're inviting you to build it with us.
Yes, that's
I
wonderful.
love that. You don't need
Looking
a
forward to
farm,
it.
you just need a plan. That is so well said. It's so true.
Yes.
Absolutely. And it's just really great too, because that's something also you don't see too much of in gardening channels and things. And I've definitely been wanting to bring to what we do here on the show is just this, we love gardening, we love growing things. I mean, it's just, did you guys see Natalie's promo earlier and all that really cool stuff that she's growing out of that tent down there? You know what I mean? But we can grow all this cool, amazing stuff, but what are we doing with it? What's going on there? And I think having a good conversation about that each week with you guys is going to be just really, really wonderful.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
to Katrina's point, you mentioned that if you don't pick it and you don't have it in your home, it's
Hmm.
out of sight, out of mind. You're not consuming it. And it's the same thing, even though I have the garden in the home, it's the same thing. If I don't harvest it and bring it into the kitchen, it's not getting consumed. So I love that you guys are covering all aspects of planning and growing and harvesting, preserving. That's the full spectrum of how it all works, right? Really shows people.
Absolutely. Another
Yeah.
part of that too is even if you don't have a garden, you can grow inside like you are. And then also,
Did
even
I?
if you don't have space inside, you can still
I don't know
forage, and
what's
you can
going
urban
on.
forage. See what your neighbors are growing and say, "Hey, can I do a little work and we'll trade?" Or I see you have a cherry tree. If I make preserves, can we trade some? There's all sorts of things that you can do even if you don't have a garden.
Oh, I think, yeah. Oh, a few little technical issues again. That's all. Oh, no, there she is. Okay, back
Am
again.
I
Back
back?
again. Okay.
I don't.
Let's
You
get
know
back
what? I don't know
in.
if it's the. I don't know if it's the internet or what's going on. I have full connection, so it's just the screens go black. All your screens go black, and then I can't hear anything.
Oh, wow.
Very
Is it
odd.
just kind of going off and on?
Yeah, like I can see myself, no problem. It's just you all disappeared. But that's
Oh,
okay.
wow.
We'll iron it out. But my
Maybe a
Wi-Fi
little
is
case.
working, everything's good. So
Yeah. Okay. Right on.
Some people in the
Excellent.
comments are saying there's a solar storm going on right now, so that could be affecting.
Ooh. Solar
Oh,
storm, huh?
I don't know if it could be the grow tent.
The tent, yeah, that as well. But we'll just
Um,
go along with it. See, as long
yeah,
as
no,
everything
sorry,
goes, no
yeah.
big problem. We'll just roll along here. Hey, Robin, tell us a little bit more about, uh, or I'm sorry, tell us a little bit more about what you got coming up here with the what you're going to bring to the Grow What You Eat segment.
Well, my segment is the plant of the month. And so I will highlight something that I love to grow that has good flavor. It's already been tested in my garden. I write an article every month for the Door County Seed Library's CD Inspiration newsletter that blasts out to about 1,500 people. So I'll probably tap into that since I'm doing that already. But yeah, you can bank on the fact that somebody's grown it and knows that this is an awesome, flavorful variety to add to your garden.
So, is there a list of criteria that goes into selecting the plant of the month, or is it just something that you have experience with growing that you enjoy?
It's totally left up to me, something that I enjoy growing. So so far it's been very well received. So
I love that.
yeah, I'm excited to bring it to the green room.
Yeah, we're very excited. It'll be interesting. Maybe that's I'll be able to take notes. I'm going to be starting the outdoor garden as well, so it'll be fun to follow along.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah. And Katrina, oh, I'm
sometimes
sorry. Go
when
ahead, Rob.
that's okay. Sometimes when we talk, Shawnee always goes, Robin, you know all the varieties. Well,
She
it's
knows
I
the
think
names
you
of
do. I
everything.
think you do. Really,
Yes.
I
it's
can
important to me
second that.
because, yeah, it's not just chard, right? There are lots of different kinds of chard. And a very popular one
Mhm.
is the rainbow chard. And honestly, I don't think that one's very flavorful. I mean, it's okay if you cut it as a baby green and have it in salad, but if you let it get bigger, I don't find it that flavorful.
Right.
So variety makes a difference is what
So
I
you'll be highlighting those varieties that maybe some people may not necessarily
Mhm.
know about. They may not be the popular choice, but maybe the most flavorful choice.
correct.
Love that.
Oh yeah, and hopefully a bunch of good show and tell too, because she's growing a lot of these varieties also, just some amazing things. So again, too, we got a lot of cool stuff to look forward to. Katrina, you're gonna kind of maybe give us a little more of an angle and look at preserving and taking care of things that we're getting and harvesting from our gardens, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll be cooking
Cooking,
and
all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and we'll be cooking, we'll be preserving, and really want to show you guys what you can do as well. Because I
Mm-hmm.
know when I started gardening, I was like, I'm gonna grow everything, and then you're like, what do I do with it? And I'll tell you what, you can stir fry anything, including figs. Yes, you can, but you don't have to add soy sauce. But you do, you especially people that are new to gardening or new to a variety and you don't really know what to do with it. There's a lot of
Hmm.
ideas you can do. A lot of your inspiration can be, what do I want to eat later? Or it could be looking through, preservation books. So what do I want to like? Hey, I buy this sauce all the time from the store. Can I make it? Probably. You just have to grow the things to make it. I mean, you don't have to. You can get them from the store, but it's funner to grow it. Funner is a word now.
So how did you learn to do this? Are you self-taught because you grow so much, or is this something you learned prior to
Yeah,
starting to grow?
I mean, we had a garden growing up, but it wasn't like a garden. It was just gardening. And I think I have it, in my blood. My grandpa was into gardening. My mom has a very brown thumb. However, we found out that that brown thumb can grow really good compost. So if you think you have a brown thumb, try growing compost. But yeah, I've been pretty much self-taught. I mean, I had things in pots before I had a house. Um, and I was staying with family. And then that first property I was at, I had a goal of having every single permanent plant, like bushes and shrubs and trees, in the ground that first year. And I almost made it. But then, of course, I always add. And I don't have quite that density issue here where I am now. Here where I am now, I've experienced more at that time when I started, I had okay, you plant things, you give them nutrition, you water them, they grow, you get food, right? That's basics. I have a better understanding now about what soil is, what the components of soil are, the importance of the fungal network, the mycorrhizae in the soil, and what that does to the community that you are growing, because you are growing in a community. For example, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm just going to grow something here. I'm going to make a bed and things will grow." And that's going to be true. But I find that if you do a raised bed, it will mature at 3 to 5 years. It takes that long for soil to develop. And that's been through my observations. I've kind of compared that with other gardeners' notes with their observations. And then also just um, I'm a biologist. I'm a wildlife biologist by trade, and so I guess I'm kind of trained in the observation part of that, of observing what's happening, and then my curiosity, I look things up on my own. So that's kind of, I guess, self-taught, but then also um, your curiosity goes places, and you follow it and you learn. Another thing that I've learned through experience and through just doing it is the importance of manure in the landscape. And a lot of people don't use that in their gardens. But if you look at like the huge prairies that used to be in the Midwest, and that was all grown with, you know, manure. I mean,
Yeah.
all the bison that used to be there and the birds that followed them to eat the ticks and eat the bugs off of them, and all of them poops. Everybody poops. So that's an important component of putting this in here. So having a homesteading mindset that includes animals, even if you're not vegetarian, even if you're vegetarian, you can still, you know, raise some rabbits for pets, use their poop. You can still have these interspecies relationships with your plants, even if you are not going to eat those animals. So that's kind of something that I've definitely formed an opinion of, and I've seen the effects of and read up on. So I don't know if that answers your question.
That is so fascinating. And I guess it kind of plays into what Shawnee is going to be talking about, which is planning, right? Because it all starts with planning, down to even the rabbit poop. So Shawnee, why don't you tell us a little bit about your segment and your part of Grow What You Eat?
I would love to.
I
So
know you would,
Take it away,
Shawnee. I know
Shawnee.
you would. Here you go. Here we go. Here we go.
so
The
I
floor
want
is
us
yours.
to really look at our plates. What are we actually wanting to eat? Not just this fairy tale of, I looked at a seed catalog and it was so pretty and gorgeous, but I don't actually know how to eat it. You know, maybe Katrina could teach us some new tips and tricks. So I want to really plan our gardens around purposefulness, growing that full meal on your plate, right? There are seeds hiding in your kitchen. We're going to go over that list to see if you have any of them. Mapping out your space with intention. Where does it warm up first? Where does the snow melt first? Take advantage of these areas when you want to extend your season without spending a bunch of money. And of course, just really coming into what is going to help your family the most. We also like to talk about grow, feed yourself, and then let's share. So that can be sharing time, sharing knowledge, sharing your harvest. It can look like more than that. It's just something where we all come back to that word community in our gardening conversations.
Mhm.
I love
Man,
that.
that's awesome. And again, too, that's why again, Shawnee, you're prepared. You put together such wonderful live streams talking about and doing such discussions on all sorts of different topics and things, and you do these just really amazing deep dives. And I just knew that getting you to agree to do this segment was just going to make it really awesome, because we're going to get some really good deep dives into some great stuff. So definitely look forward to that. I do want to jump in here. David from Bowtie Life is asking a question for Katrina here. What all have you cooked on your car's dashboard?
Okay, so Bowtie Navy. So you have to take advantage of the things that you have, right?
Right.
And when you have 110 degree days, as I did when I lived in California, you don't want to cook inside. Growing up, I don't even know where this idea came from at the beginning. I don't know if it came from my mom or if I just did it, but I would be out in the field doing surveys for wildlife stuff for work. And, I'm like, okay, this is so hot in here. I'm just going to make this a solar oven. So I make my dashboard into a solar oven when the temperatures are hot enough. For cookies, I'll tell you, it only needs to be in the 70s outside. And you can have delicious cookies, and your car can smell like chocolate chip cookies on your drive home from a hard day of work. It's awesome. Yeah, so I've cooked cookies. I've done I've done some baking. Baking works if it's small. If it's big, it doesn't really work in there. I have cooked meat. I have cooked quail, rabbit, beef. I've done all of that in the dashboard. Crescent rolls from the little, pop it, unwrap it thing. Sweet potatoes don't really work. They're too dense. I did try them. But yeah, I mean, just being inventive and, I was looking at getting, I don't remember what it's called, like an American solar oven or whatever, and it's like hundreds of dollars. And you know what? If you have a car, it's already more than hundreds of dollars. And point it south. Got a solar oven. I have a playlist on my channel dedicated to that. It's not very big playlist, but it is there. So yeah, I think what Bowtie is wanting, he wants to see the ridiculousness of it. But it also is, if you are in an area and it gets warm, I mean, there's a reason why you don't leave living beings in your car. And it is hot enough to cook, and if it's hot enough to cook, let's use that for good use. It goes in our renewable energy. Yeah, so hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, absolutely. What a creative way to cook your food. That
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. Excellent. Well, let's dig in a little bit more. We've talked about this, this really cool, awesome segment. This is going to be great. We're going to look forward to what you all bring to it. I can't wait to see. We're going to get started up this next week. Shawnee's going to get us started up and everything, and then we'll get rolling from there. We'll see segments from Robin after that, Katrina after, or then I guess Shawnee, then Katrina, and then we'll just kind of keep rolling like that as we keep going forward. And so that's going to be really, really cool. Really, really looking forward to it. But as we get moving on here real quick, I'm going to give a few more minutes here. I know Katrina's going to have to get running here. She's got to get some things going. So I want to give her just a couple more minutes here as we get going, just to, tell us a little bit more about, just kind of yourself and what, in fact, I kind of want to know a little bit, because we're all kind of creators here. What was it that really kind of inspired you to start your Sow and Tear channel?
Yeah, so I had the name a year before I started, and I started in 2021. Oops, should have started in 2020.
Right, I know.
But yeah, so I'm like a natural born teacher. You talk to me, you're gonna learn something whether you like it or not. And whenever people came into the garden, I would always teach them. And I'm like, and people would say, you need to share this. You need to share this. And so I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. I can do this. And then I was looking up, okay, well, now that I think I can do this, what's in a name? A lot is in a name. And so yeah, my channel's name is Sow and Tear. And sow is, probably everybody here knows, sow is planting seeds. You sow the seeds. Well, you can not only sow seeds, you can sow a thought, you can sow a deed, you can sow an action. Sow means to begin, to start. And so that's the sow part. And then tear, probably a lot of people forgot this word from middle school. Tear is that little button on your scale that makes the container read 0. So you're zeroing out, you're balancing out, and you're getting ready to measure only the good things. You don't need to measure the container. You don't need to measure whatever things came in originally. You're measuring the output. You're measuring the goodness, the balance of it, and all of that. So meaning, let's start some things. Let's start a conversation. Let's start good things. And tear, bringing balance to everything. So that's kind of the basis for the name, and pretty much what I would like to live by. I don't always, but what I would like to live by is Sow and Tear. And I liked the double name meaning. And yeah, so I want to share this with people. I think I have something valuable to share. And also we do a live chat and every week. And that is a time where we go crazy. We get on all sorts of different conversations, different topics. And it's amazing just being in a community like this one, being in a community, all the different things people know. And what I like to tell people is, you're your own expert. You are an expert of your garden. I'm not an expert of your garden. You're an expert of your garden. What works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. And it doesn't matter if we live right next door to each other. And that's what I love about gardening, is you bring your own experience into your own life, and you yourself learn from your own experience. But you can share your information with other people. They can share their information with you, and it may or may not apply, but we all make each other better.
Wow. First of all, thank you what you do. Thank you for what you do for the community. That is so, commendable and inspiring. I
Oh,
love when gardeners share their journey, their experience. It's really uh, beneficial to the community. And I love what you said about sow and tear, which brings me to my question a lot, because I know you mentioned you're going to be growing a fruit forest, a fruit tree forest. What kind of fruit trees will you be growing? Because I know with trees, there's no time like now to start the seed because you got,
right,
a long
right.
ways ahead.
So it's a food forest, not just fruit.
Okay.
And there's a whole bunch of different things I want to grow, and that's going to include, all the regular things. I already have pears here. Pears, peaches, apples. That kind of stuff. But I also want to grow some other things. So like there are pawpaws that grow in the Northeast. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. We have good weather for that here. I expect to grow some of those, which is native to the U.S. but not native to here. And then nut trees, and you can grow olives too, because another thing you want to do is grow your fats. So fats are hard to grow unless it's on an animal, and I grow rabbits and they don't have much fat. But I have rendered it, and you do need fat to live. And the fat that we can grow is, olives is a fruit fat. Avocados are a fruit fat. There are at least 4 different varieties of avocado that can grow here. I do expect to put up I'm going to call it greenhouse right now, that will have warmer weather plants like that. So stuff like that. And then like the food forest has the 7 different layers. So you have, let's see if I can remember them live. We have roots, ground cover, shrubs, understory. No, yeah, I think the understory is shrubs, trees, vines, and mushrooms. Did I get them all? Yeah, and so when I cut down, so I'm gonna have to cut down some trees, cutting down some Douglas fir. I need to get in touch with a mycologist. Actually, someone was named Mushroom on here. Maybe I'll pick your brain. To see what edible mushrooms I can then seed out. It's not called that, mushrooms, but anyway, put into those places and be able to have that full functioning food forest. So something a lot of people miss with food forest, which when I was in California, I thought I was doing a food forest, but I didn't know that term. I was doing edible landscaping. It was mostly fruit. And that was a mistake. I didn't know any better. Now I know better. Much of the vegetation here is going to be herbaceous and flowers. You have to have your pollinator plants in there too. So I don't know how to answer that question. Everything. I want to grow everything.
I love that. That is remarkable and inspiring. I can't wait to follow along.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess at this point, though, too, Katrina, I think we can probably have to let you go. You got to get moving on. You got another live stream of your own and things that you're doing as well, too. So, but again, thank you so much for hanging out with us to talk about your contribution to the Grow What You Eat segment here on the Green Room on Monday night. So we'll be looking forward in a few weeks to seeing Katrina's first video contribution to that segment. So thanks again, Katrina. And real quick here, I'm gonna pull you out real quick, Katrina. I'm gonna pull everybody out real quick as I'm gonna reset and bring you back in. It's just gonna happen real quick. So boom, 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 boom. Sorry, everybody watching.
Thanks, guys.
The show's not normally gonna be like this, but here we go. Be right back.
Thank you.
Or we'll get this
Take
done.
care, Katrina.
Right. I need to go this way. I need to do this. Sorry, everybody. Again, like I said, we'll get this fine-tuned as we get moving along here. Let's bring in Natalie, of course, real quick.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me again? Oh no. Let's see here. I'm gonna bring in someone else and see if we got some audio or not. Robin, can you hear us?
I can.
Okay, you can. Everything's good, Robin.
All
Maybe
good.
for you, Natalie. I'm not sure. She's getting in there. Let's see. Let's pop in. Shawnee, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
You got audio?
Yeah, we do all have audio.
I can
Yeah.
just hear Shawnee.
You can
Okay.
only hear
Do you need to
Shawnee.
reset
hear
and come
me?
back?
Might have to
Yeah,
reset.
reset.
Yeah. Oh my.
Okay.
That's all right. No problem. I mean, we're gonna
That's
get
why you
all
have
of
a soft launch.
yeah, that's right. We'll get all these bugs and things figured out as we get working along here and everything too. So right on, right on. There we go. Get that right up. We got Shawnee Grows and Robin Gardens continuing to hang out with us here tonight on the Green Room. We're waiting for our co-host Natalie to join back with us. She should be right over there in just one moment. Let's check in and see if she's here now. Boom! Can you hear us, Natalie?
I can hear you. That was
Test.
odd. I can only hear Shawnee.
I think
Okay,
I
cool.
think everybody's been talking about this solar flare or something like that. So I think that's got to be what it is. You're just a major victim. You're right up there, real north up in Canada, just getting hit by the northern lights and solar issues, and that's what we'll go with.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
No, we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it.
So we're gonna roll with it. Anyways, I apologize.
Right on, right on. So yeah, so there I was kind of asking real quick there, Katrina, real quick before she left to talk a little bit about how and why, and she came up her name and started her channel and all that sort of stuff. Robin, you want to continue that conversation and let us just know kind of a little bit about kind of how all of Robin Gardens got started.
Sure. This month it will be 2 years that I'm on YouTube. And before that, I was on Instagram for a year. And I had made a lot of connections with a lot of YouTube creators via Instagram. And they said, you need to share yourself on YouTube. And I'm like, I never really thought about that. Instagram was enough of a step for me, but they kept working on me. And finally I said, okay, if you'll help me, then I'll do it. And that's my story. And I haven't looked back.
Well, congratulations on 2 years. That's
Don't you just
exciting.
love it?
The best part of YouTube, honest to goodness, is making those connections with like-minded people.
Absolutely.
You can talk to your friends and your family about gardening, and they'll be polite and listen for a while, but after a while they kind of glaze over, right? If you're with your people, they ask you more questions and they want to keep talking, and it's exciting because it's your
And
passion.
if you can't find those people, start a YouTube channel. You'll find them quickly.
You bet.
What about what about you, Shawnee? How long have you been on YouTube?
Well, I know we celebrated a year. Was it November? Because we were trying to get monetized before the year came up, so we weren't dealing with the dropping off thing. I have a black screen. Can you hear and see me?
I can hear and see you.
Yeah, Shawnee, you're out that way. You're dealing with issues now too. Uh-oh.
I can hear and see her.
She's freezing.
So what was I talking about? I forgot now.
Okay, go ahead.
YouTube 1 year, monetization within a year.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just got monetized a little while back.
Yes. Yeah, so I mean it's January now, so it's just a little over a year that I've had the YouTube channel thing going.
Excellent. Awesome. And I know too, and I know you were gonna try to remember, Natalie, but Shawnee grows and has out away from her house in a garden that she has to go travel to go and grow in. And I know we wanted to circle back to that and talk about that a little bit, right?
So talk about planning. How does that present challenges for planning that it's not in close proximity to the inside of your home?
Oh, no. And then, of course, that's all right. I think, again,
right,
too,
that's
this is
okay.
hitting everybody. It's
I've
the
got
issues.
questions for Robin too, so I'm
Okay,
dying to
go for
know
it.
what's your favorite thing to grow. I love to know what people what their favorite thing to grow is.
You know, I wax and wane on different things, right?
Well,
But
right now,
probably the most consistent thing is tomatoes.
yeah.
I'm kind of known for growing tomatoes, and last year I grew 21 varieties.
Wow.
And for some people that's not a lot, but it was a whole lot for me. And I
What
love
was?
what
Sorry, go ahead.
no. And I mean for a lot of I loved it. I had so much variety and I had really, really good success. But I was stuck in the kitchen. And that part wasn't so good. So I'm going to try to dwindle it down to 15 for this year.
Okay, here, let's see. I think Shawnee might be back with us. How are we
I look
doing?
There we
normal
go.
yet, or is it glitching again?
Okay, I think we're
hear.
good. Another reset. Like I said,
You can't
we're
hear me?
blaming it on solar flares.
Oh,
I can hear you,
can-
Shawnee.
I can hear
okay.
you.
Okay.
Oh no, this is awesome. We're doing great
So-
tonight.
What was going on when I left?
So, do you want me to finish and then we'll go back to
Yeah,
Sean?
you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the other thing I always like to grow every year is garlic. I don't know. It's one of those hunt for treasure things, you know, you never know exactly what's going to go on underground.
Can you hear us?
And
Hello? No.
then, you know, you have to have something fun in your lineup every year. At least I do. So last year's fun thing was Clancy potatoes, and I grew those from seed, not a seed potato, but from seed from Botanical Interests. And I sent it to a bunch of my YouTube creator friends as well to give it a try. And that was really, really fun. Won't do it again, probably, but it was fun for the year.
Another good reset. Sorry, Robin.
Yeah,
We're
so,
just having too much fun around here.
Whenever somebody goes out and back in, I lose audio. I can't hear anybody, and I think that's what happens. Yeah,
All right. Domino
Kick
that's
effects.
the
Great.
pattern I'm picking up. But
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, okay. We'll go back to Shawnee now, huh?
Yeah. What were we talking about? What's the question?
So
The
when we
question
last left
was-
you, Shawnee, we were asking you about traveling to your garden, right?
yeah,
What were you
to-
saying about that, though, Natalie?
I was just saying, in terms of planning, what kind of
yeah.
challenges does that present for you? The fact that your garden is a 15-minute drive away.
Well, it is reliant on the weather forecast and the patience of my 3 children because I homeschool. So they are always with me. I usually pack the night before the clipboard of what I want to do, even though the garden tells us what to do, and the seed list of what I want to grow or get in the ground based on we're going to get some rain, and I'm itching to get seeds in the ground if we're getting some rain. So following my calendar of what should be going in at this time, what successions are going in, and then you observe when you're there. So the tool shed does have the what is the thing on wheels called, like a wagony thing that dumps. It's a dump cart and something to weed with, and
A wheelbarrow?
and it has
wheelbarrow.
What was that?
A wheelbarrow?
Well, I have a wheelbarrow, but it's not that because it has
okay.
this like thing where it dumps.
To
So I
dump.
don't know what that's called.
Oh, one of those carts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. I want
Yeah.
one of those.
And I always they're great. I always have to have something to put a harvest in when we get to that point of the year. So if a 5-gallon bucket works great for me for that, and then putting it back in the van to bring it back home to process. So it's really about the weather forecast, what needs to be done, an idea of what I want to do, and then just observing the garden. And of course, walking all the different spaces because they're spread out. It's over 3,500 square feet total when you add everything together. And not all of that is food. Some of it's just flowers and pollinator stuff. But it's just absorbing it so it's not all about work is also included in there. So it's a good 3 hours out at the garden property uh, on a good day, right?
Wow. It's a lot of work. And there's, I guess, additional planning that goes into it, right? For me, my grow tent's just in my basement. And to do a project, it's like, takes a lot of planning and grabbing all the things that I need to start my seeds or whatnot. So for you, you probably have to make sure you got everything packed in the car because you're only making one trip.
Some stuff lives in the van. I'll be honest right now. Some of it just lives in the van, and then I have to have the snacks for kids and figured out what do I need to do with them the first 15 minutes we arrive. I can't just jump into what I want to do. So incorporating that, what jobs do they want to help with during that time? Because they all have their different preferences, their different age levels have different interests and the skills and the tasks in the garden. Because of course they're welcome to help until they don't want to.
So you put them to work, which is good.
Totally.
Absolutely. Free labor. Free labor.
Exactly.
So
Why
they
not?
rake grass to put it on as mulch. They love to harvest Japanese beetles. Some of them love planting seeds, and some of them love just picking cucumbers and stuff. So
Awesome. That's great that they also learn at such a young age, right? So they'll get to get into that as they get older and they get experience right from the get-go, which is,
I've loved
perfect.
watching them grow with me. That has been one of those lessons of patience, the patience of teaching the skill to each level, because they were on the front of me where you baby wear since the beginning. I had gardens. When I became a mother, something went, hey, we're going to grow food now. So what happened where it felt really warming in my heart was we got some neighbor kids that actually moved away now here in our where we actually live in town, and we had some gardens out front, and my kids were teaching them how to identify plants, how to harvest, how to know what bug is what, because they didn't have a clue, the neighbor kids. And so that was where I went, oh, this is meaningful, I'm doing something, like they're getting it, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Let's see,
Robin, why
Dusty
don't you?
Flats. I'm sorry,
Oh.
this is what we're gonna figure this out.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
But Dusty Flats was asking, do you have a storage shed there?
Yes.
Excellent.
If you want to see inside my storage shed, become a member over at Shawnee Grows, $1.
Oh, there you go. That's how you do it. Reel them in.
So Shawnee was telling us a little bit about how when she became a mom, she decided, okay, I'm going to start a garden, grow my own food. What made you start? Tell us about your first garden, Robin, and what made you start gardening?
Okay, my first garden was at the first house. I was about 23. I was teaching at that point, and I had about a 10 by 15 area that we dug up. And of course, I did it in rows, and I got the plants from the big box store or a nursery. And I was hooked. I also had a lot of perennial flowers and things around the yard as well. And because I was teaching, I was home at a reasonable hour and I had time. Then I went into insurance, and 5 years later, we moved into this house, which has almost a half an acre, mostly backyard. And I was climbing the corporate ladder and working probably 60 hours a week, a lot. And I mostly just had flowers for a lot of years. A tomato or something here and there, but not heavy into the veg until, maybe 20 years ago. And then I had, way more veg and fruit. And I was hooked, and I was going to figure out how to have time for it no matter what.
The addiction is real, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We all know it.
So,
we all know it.
What are you doing now in the winter, Robin? Are you growing? Do you have indoor plants, or are you?
Well, because for those who don't know, I fractured my shoulder.
Oh, right.
So I'm pretty limited. But in the winter, I normally have microgreens to kind of scratch the itch.
Yeah.
I'll get those started this week because I have to also get some things like onions and so forth going in the next week or so. The house plants, we all have house plants, right? They get loved
Mhm.
and brought back to life in the winter, and then they get neglected all summer long.
It's the way it goes.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
What
right.
microgreens are you starting, Robin?
Well, that's
My
just my
favorite.
next question real
Oh,
quick
okay.
here. So let's
Yeah,
get in. We
my
got a question in the comments here. Serena was just asking just a little bit ago here. Is
yes,
anyone on the panel besides Robin growing microgreens? So she must know you're growing microgreens. We're going to
yes,
include you, Robin, of course.
Yeah.
yeah.
But and if so, what methods are you using to grow your microgreens? So let's go ahead and just start with Robin.
Okay, so my favorite is the little hemp mats. You can buy them off of the Big A,
Yeah.
and it's the cleanest because you don't have to deal with the soil, and it works really well for everything. Um, I mean, I've done everything else. Yeah, I mean, and you can use a few layers of paper towel even. Uh, but my favorite thing is arugula. It's so fast, 24,
Oh.
48 hours, bam, you've got starts going on, and they taste good.
Well, you like
I-
spice.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
was gonna say spicy.
Yeah, a little bit of spice, add it to a sandwich, a wrap, on top of an omelet.
Do you
No,
do
there's
radish?
Oh, radishes are awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, radish
especially
is so good.
I have so many radishes because I'm a little bit of a radish addict that, when the seeds start to come close to their end life, that's when they become microgreens. And the brassicas that are at the bottom of the box, they become microgreens.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Shawnee? You grow any microgreens?
Why, yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
We've planted them together live over at Shawnee Grows. So you can see a little bit of that over there. And then, of course, our members only get to see behind the scenes inside the grow area. So what we use is a 5x5 plastic little planter tray. I think I got them at Bootstrap Farmer. And then I fit it inside a 1020 tray and I bottom water that. For the medium, I use right now I'm using a Pro Mix that I got on sale that has a mycorrhizal fungi word on the on it, and then I add worm castings to that. So I fill it up, this much, and then I densely plant all kinds of stuff. We did this winter. We had basil, cilantro, lettuce, and I'm blanking on the other stuff. Swiss chard, and then I did 2x2 or 3x3 singles of lettuce, so then they kind of get full size. And I actually just harvested a couple days ago. Oh, dill was in there. So I still have cilantro going and basil going because those are fun to add to my tacos with the slaw. I'm a big fan of slaw. If you want to grow a taco garden, we talked about the themes in a live stream recently. I love putting sunflower microgreens. We did that in the beginning too
Mhm.
on soup at the end, right? You get that
Oh, yeah.
fresh, crunchy thing.
Mhm.
And I tell you what, it was a little weird eating a salad the last couple days. And I was thinking of you, Natalie, when I ate my salad, that it was negative
I'm
28
honored.
outside. And
Yes.
it's like, do I want to eat a salad when it's negative 28 outside? Not really, but I know my body needs this right now. Like, that's the whole point of growing these nutrient dense microgreens is to get us to the
Mhm.
next wave, right? We're extending our
Yeah,
harvest by growing indoors. I use grow lights. It's in my bedroom because the light makes me happy. I'm also addicted to gardening. So,
for sure. And with the lettuce, you can even make like warm. I know it's controversial; it's an unpopular opinion, but there are warm salads or warm lettuce wraps, right? Something a little more comfort food for the winter. So that's what I'm trying to experiment with now because I've got more lettuce than I know what to do with. And what can I achieve other than just a cold salad, especially during the cold weather? But
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
what you mean. Sometimes
yeah.
your body needs it.
What about you, Natalie? Are you growing any microgreens at all? Or I know
See,
you said you got enough salad and all of that, so
I'm
I'm
not the
sure you got
greatest at
plenty of greens.
microgreens. I love microgreens. I've tried growing them several times. I either underwater or
Yeah.
overwater. But Robin actually gave me the tip of the hemp mat, so I'm going to be actually trying that and seeing how that works, because I love microgreens, and I bought a whole collection of seeds from Mom Sprouting Seeds, and I've got tons of different mixes like arugula, radish, alfalfa, mustard, daikon radish, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to try it, but I don't want to waste the seeds, and that's the thing. I keep, messing it up. So
Top tip, Costco sells those street tacos in the long fin with the lid. That makes the best microgreen.
Ah,
Really?
yeah.
Three of
Nice
those
flat tray.
right? Three
Yeah.
of those hemp mats fit right inside it. You can put the lid on till they sprout. It's perfect.
see, I actually have a tray right here. I just use these. It's just from Amazon, right? And so I spread my seeds out evenly on the tray, and then I just have the lid over top. The roots grow through the holes, and I spray it, right? I leave it I soak my seeds for 24 hours in a
Okay.
jar of water. Then I spread them out on here, cover them with a towel, and spray them for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days. And then I open up the tray, and usually they've sprouted. And then within a day or so, I harvest. But sometimes they get molded because, I don't know, maybe I leave them
So the
covered
lid-
too long.
Yeah, the
Get
lid.
the lid off, get a fan on
Gotta
there.
come
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. See, I've done, and then I dry them out. So it's one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
Those little takeaways that you get a sauce in
Yeah.
From a takeaway, a cotton makeup round fits in the bottom of that, and you can sprout microgreens in the little round takeaway on a cotton pad,
Oh, brilliant.
and it makes a one-person serving. It's great. I love to do that.
I'm gonna do that.
I love to do that when, we're planning, because we go between a place here and up in Wisconsin a lot. And I like to do that when we're between, nice, because it's a small commitment, right?
I love that. And it also, like you said, scratches the itch of, starting some seeds and growing something when you're on the go and busy with life.
Or, just winter time too. And that's for me, the situation, a lot of times I like to take a big outdoor garden break during the winter time, but I still have my light station. I can't just reach over like you, Natalie, but I got my trays just right over here off camera. And I haven't had a chance quite yet, but it's been my goal now, after getting the show going and all the work we've been doing to get this all launched up, that this next week I'm going to get my first batch of winter microgreens finally going. So it is a part of my goal. So I'm glad microgreens came up tonight to kind of remind me a little bit that that's what I need to be thinking about this next week as we get them started up. But I got my own little system that I use, which is kind of just like a little smaller version of a system I learned from Mark Roche Colbert, Mr. NBC, who joins with us on In the Garden on Sundays. And he has this kind of little wood tray thing on a flat cookie sheet, right? And you just take a little 1x1 wood and make a little thing that sets in it. We fill it with just a little bit of soil, and we can water just from the side, so it waters up into the tray and everything, and works wonderful. And I've been doing it for years, since I learned it from him many years ago too. So yeah, wintertime, it's the wintertime greens, that sort of stuff. I do have a little tent. You can't see that as well off screen here as well too, but mine's only like a little 4x4 tent, so I can't get a big old setup and system going on like Natalie's got over there and everything
I don't
to grow
have that
all that
problem.
lettuce and everything and stuff. But I can get me a bunch of microgreens going on a little light station I got though too.
What kind of microgreens do you like, Enoch? What kind of?
Well, like my favorite's like pea shoots. Again, you guys talk about sunflower shoots are really great for me. I like some radish and arugula spiciness and stuff added to that a little bit, as well as just lots of simple fast stuff, brassica seeds and things like that, and just sometimes whatever. I mean, if somebody wants to give me some or something like that, I might try some others or something, And or I've actually done before too, taken just like some like seeds from like the last year or two that I haven't used up, you know, and kind of combine them together and then set them up on a tray and see what comes up, kind of thing, and just cut them up for microgreens as well too. So
Yeah.
Anything that's at the bottom of that seed box, everybody, you can grow those as microgreens.
Right,
Yeah, for
exactly,
sure.
exactly. Use up some of the old seed too that you're not too sure about, you know, and throw those on a tray and grow them up and use them for microgreens too.
Yeah. So
Interestingly, the Dollar Tree, the dollar store here,
Oh, get them really inexpensive, huh?
for $1.25, you can get, you know, a nice pack that'll, you know, do 3 rounds, 4 rounds of microgreens, and it's so much cheaper than many of the commercially produced for the purpose.
Mhm.
wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, they don't. We don't have microgreen seeds at our dollar store in Canada here.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I don't even think they sell seeds. They sell gardening supplies, but
Yeah. But it's the cool thing about microgreens too, though, is that you can get, you know, you get the discounted bulk seeds. You cut, you know, you can go seed companies and whatever type of catalogs you might enjoy or something and find them, get bulk seeds from them. And it's always less expensive a little bit, but it's, you know, I mean, you're spending more money, but it's less all around for the seed, you know, but you can find some good companies out there that give you some good prices on some good bulk seeds. I think Johnny's is a really good place too, if people want to check out some really good microgreen varieties.
So I
yeah.
save a lot of seed for the Door County Seed Library, and arugula and mizuna are 2 that I always save every year, and those are great for microgreens. So if you're interested, pop over to my channel and you can see, you know, how I do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. So you harvest your own seeds from your own arugula plant.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Arugula
Amazing.
and mizuna. I typically put together about 1,000 package for the Door County Seed Library for them to give away.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. What a
Yeah.
wonderful thing to do for the community. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I enjoy
And
it.
yeah, I do the same thing. I'll take radish seed, some of my brassicas too. I'll let some go and get seed from them as well too. So that is always the best way, is grow your own, right? Let's see. Do
Absolutely.
any of you have any preferences for what you grow as microgreens, Shawnee?
The variety. I don't want
Yeah.
just one thing. I want a variety and I want them to be coming into harvest at different
Yeah.
times. So I
Yeah.
don't have a preference for one. I want a diverse selection.
Love that.
Mhm.
Speaking of preference, before somebody got, I don't know, before somebody got disconnected, Robin was mentioning that she grew 20 varieties of tomatoes. Out of those varieties, what was your favorite during that grow? What was your favorite variety?
Mm.
At the top of the list was chocolate cherry, lucid gem, Dr. Weichi's yellow, and maybe the purple heart dwarf. But
Wow.
you know, that's like, it's like trying to pick your favorite whatever. It's hard.
It's so challenging. There's so many varieties. I'm just learning now. There's so many different kinds, and that's why I'm picking your brain. What was your favorite? Because still trying to figure mine out.
Honestly, the only one that was I would never do again. Well, no, there were 2 that I would never do again. One was called Manitoba, a determinate.
Mhm.
Came very highly rated. Grows all the way up into Canada. I think it was actually a Canada breeder who made it, but it was such a tasteless tomato. And I did it both in raised beds and a container. And one called Tumbler F1. I did that in the green stock, and I had 6 plants, and they came early. They were beautiful, but they tasted like store-bought tomatoes. So
Excellent. Yeah, I try to grow lots of different varieties each year, but for me in my area, I'm dealing with more extreme hot summers from what I used to. So again, over the last few years, I've been playing around with lots of different varieties for heat tolerance. And I think right now, one of my favorites, if you live in a warm area and want to grow a good one, there's one called Big Red Chief. If you like a big, nice slicing tomato or something, and it was really good and just really tolerates the heat really well too. So that's one of my recommendations for a tomato I like.
Natalie, you
Yeah,
have Cherokee Purple going on in your grow tent.
Ooh, that's a good one too. Yeah.
Does that do well for you in the grow tent?
it's my first time growing it, so to be determined. All these varieties that you see in the background right now, I've never grown before. So it's all kind of an experiment. I know cherry tomatoes typically do the best in this kind of system, but they're all indeterminate varieties. I've got the Ponderosa Pink, the green zebra tomato, Cherokee Purple, Dark Galaxy, Pink Icicle tomato, and the Paul Robeson tomato, and the Cousin Martina tomato, the Cousin Martina cherry tomato. So we'll see. I've already got tomatoes growing on the Cousin Martina. So yeah, I'm excited. Have you heard of any of those varieties? Well,
Yeah,
Purple.
I've done the Robeson, and Cherokee Purple was our favorite for years. It's just a diva. It's not always the easiest plant to keep alive and going, and it's pretty susceptible to disease.
Really?
But this past year I did the Cherokee Carbon, which is a hybrid of the Carbon and the Cherokee Purple. And it was delicious, and it was a very robust, productive. I probably got 80 tomatoes off that plant.
Wow.
So that's in the rotation for every year.
That is so interesting, because the Cherokee Purple is my healthiest plant right now out of all of them. So that'll be interesting to see how it does. Hopefully no disease. We'll see. What about you, Shawnee? You got a favorite tomato variety?
So the Cherokee Purple has always been the best flavor for me, and it's pretty. And the thing that I see is it splits. It's so sensitive to, if rain's coming and you have somebody that's blushing, get them out of there and bring them in. And so it's like Robin's introducing me to this new one, the Cherokee Carbon, and I have seeds thanks to her. So I'm trying that this year to see if maybe I flesh out having Cherokee Purple and bring this one in as a rotation. I love the Grapillo di Inverno tomato. It's one that you're supposed to be able to like cut it off the plant and bring it inside in the winter, and it still kind of holds its shelf life. That's like a grape-sized tomato.
Beautiful.
For sauce tomatoes, that's what I want to get into this year, to find the perfect one for my area. And so I'm going to experiment with one called Plum Regal, which was a little hard to track down seeds for, but another Minnesota grower, not close to me, but in Minnesota, it's a big state, has those and swears by them, versus an Amish or a San Manzaro. But I have those two. I'm going to grow them this year. So I can't remember the other new ones I was going to try, because I didn't bring that list with me, but thank you for asking.
Yeah, see, for me, it's all about, like you said, about the microgreens, variety. So I even went to the extent of staggering my tomatoes so that it's pink, red, purple, pink, red, purple. So hopefully by Valentine's Day, we're going to have, I've got the Ponderosa Pink, which is like a nice big pink tomato. Hopefully we'll have a bunch of bursting colors in here soon.
Awesome.
That brings up a point of, like, my husband has to have yellow tomatoes, so we're trying like Lemon Boy, Dr. White Cheese Yellow, and I can't remember the other one because he has GERD. And then the early concept, I live with a short growing season, but not the shortest. So if I can get a tomato in 45 to 55 days, like an early girl, I want to practice with some of that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Serena also asks, anyone tried growing Ukrainian purple tomatoes? And I did, and I'm trying to remember the name of it.
It has another name. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's I got them from Baker Creek.
Did you
really
name
dark.
your plant?
It's a really dark Ukrainian.
Is that
Something from Tula, maybe something from Tula is what I'm thinking. It's got a different kind of name, but anyways, I grew that one. I think that's the Ukrainian purple. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I'm not. I'd have to definitely double check myself for sure. But something from Tula. Tula. I'm sure if you kind of Google tomato Tula, you might find it. I'm not sure, but
This is looking, this Ukrainian purple looks like a sauce, like a ovally tomato. And so then I'm looking up
They could
Tula
be
because
two
that wasn't
different ones. They could be two different kinds, but I know this one is a dark purple, dark type of tomato as well too. It was a Ukrainian variety.
Yeah,
But,
I grew
yeah.
my last
It was
grow.
really delicious. I want to say that.
I grew. It was the only purple variety I'd ever grown. It's almost like what is it called? A crim tomato?
Black
Oh,
crim.
black crim. I grew
Yeah,
that
but it's
one
not
too.
the black crim. It's called the black seaman tomato, and it's like a heirloom tomato, but similar to the black crim. And unfortunately, because I'm still, learning, it wasn't the greatest. It was just, I don't know, a couple ounces. It was such a light tomato, and it wasn't very juicy. But supposedly, it's supposed to be a great variety.
Yeah, I did one summer, grew all black dark varieties, black crim, this Ukrainian dark one, Cherokee purple. There was this other one that was like something galaxy black or so, I can't even remember, but
Dark galaxy, maybe.
Yeah, something of it, yeah. And they were all dark tomatoes. I grew about 5 or 6 of them on the back alleyway fence line where I usually grow my tomatoes and everything. And yeah, it was really cool. I want to try it. I want to do it again. It didn't, I mean, I'd say a couple of them didn't turn out the best like I wanted to. It wasn't the best summer. So I want to kind of retry that one again sometime.
I have seeds. Well, shout out to Seed Addict in the chat. He sent me over like 100 different varieties of all kinds: peppers, tomatoes, different lettuces, flowers, and he sent me a variety called the Rebel Starfighter Prime tomato.
That's
I don't know
supposed
if
to
you
be
guys
delicious.
ever heard of that. Yeah, so I had a seedling, but it wasn't doing well, so I had to get rid of it. But I'm gonna definitely try it. It's a beautiful looking tomato.
My coolest named one was the Cuban salami. A friend in the UK sent it to me, and I was so excited for this because he says it has umami in buckets. And oh my gosh, it was the hornworm favorite of the year for sure, number one. Number two, when we finally got one ripe to taste, what bucket power. It was salty. It was, I mean, it just exploded with too much in your mouth. My husband liked him. I didn't. It was over the top.
Yeah. Seed Addicts does ask, has anyone grown Ozark Sunrise tomato?
Seed Addict, I will be if you send me those seeds.
I know, I need to get it. Sounds good. I did grow another one that had the name Sunrise, and it was kind of like an orange yellow. It really did kind of have that kind of cool sun, it made you think of a sunrise kind of tomato. It was really good. So I don't know, I would love to get some of that as well.
Yeah, my last grow, I just harvested seeds from the grocery store tomatoes, and I just grew those, and they turned out great. They were just tricolor cherry tomatoes. I don't know what variety they were, but they were great.
I did ananas noir, and that is green and yellow and red, and you slice it open, and it is just magical looking on the inside. It is gorgeous. It's a very nice tasting tomato as well.
See, that's how I choose things for my garden, is what looks pretty, what looks nice, what's colorful, what's unique looking. That's how I choose. So it made me laugh, Shawnee, when you said, grow and plan things that you're really going to put on your dinner table, put in the kitchen and cook with, not just what you like. So I could definitely take a lesson or two from you for sure.
Right. It's a hard switch in your mind to go from the opposite, planning it backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Right on. Excellent, everybody. This is so great. This has just been so wonderful. I mean, looks like we're just down to it. It's just, I can't believe the time's passed by so fast already as far as hanging out here and talking about all this wonderful stuff and having fun with the show again too. We're having some loose times with the show and the dropping in and out and everything, but again too, so much fun so far. with our first show today, getting to hang out with Shawnee and Robin here, and as well earlier we had Katrina from Sew and Tear as well too with us. So just really, really great. So real quick before we do let you go, let's you got anything last minute you want to say? Let everybody know about anything you guys got coming up, because I do want to cue you guys on something else that we haven't mentioned yet. Real quick before we do go, is that you guys have kind of correlated together to do something kind of out of this idea of grow what you eat too as well. So maybe we'll give you guys both a chance here to kind of talk about that. It's the last minute before we get going.
Robin is the one that is going to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay,
So
there we go.
we have a little show that's going to happen at least once a month called Roots and Rambles. And we did our first one this past Thursday, and we myth busted a bunch of garden hacks from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Do they really work? Have we tried them ourselves? That kind of thing. Went really, really well. It was an interesting live. I'd suggest going back to watch it. It's on Shawnee's channel, Shawnee Grows. So, and we intend to do it this coming month, and we're going to unpack winter sewing, because both Shawnee and I have done winter sewing many different ways and had success and failure, and we're going to share that.
Right. We're digging into the roots of gardening advice and rambling about it. So, of course, our winter sewing episode is going to be full with show and tell. If you want to be notified when it's going to be, you can be put on an email list. You email shawneegrows@gmail.com. And then once we have the show date figured out, I'll let you know.
Sure.
And where can everybody find you both on YouTube, Instagram? I know you already mentioned your email. Is there a website? Let us know where everybody can learn more and find you both.
For me, I'm only on YouTube because I'm not managing any more things. So Shawnee Grows is the channel name. That's the handle. I have a merch store and an email.
I am on both YouTube and Instagram, but honestly, I am neglectful of my Instagram these days. I need to get back to that.
Me too. I got so many goals for this year, but Robin, I agree with you. That's one of mine too. I was looking through my old pictures of my Instagram, kind of missing and posting some of the cool stuff growing and everything. So I got to get on top of that too this year for sure. Let's again, thank you two so much for being here with us tonight. I mean, it was just really great to get to hang out with you here on our soft launch of the Green Room and get to talk with you all about the new segment, Grow What You Eat. It's just really, really awesome.
I'm very excited about the Grow What You Eat segment. I definitely will have a lot to learn. So I can't wait. Thank you guys for putting that together and being a part of this.
Woohoo!
Well, it's going to be great. Excited. Very excited.
That's right. That's right. Well, right on. Real quick here, we're going to take our second break of the evening real quick, and Natalie and I will be right back here real quick, wrap things up here with you all. Thank you so much again, you two, for being here. It was great to have you.
You're very welcome. Bye.
Thank you.
Hey, gardeners. Thanks for tuning in to our show today. We'll be right back at it here in just a moment. I just wanted to take a second here to highlight our regular videos and features here on the Urban Gardener channel. Our weekly garden journals, and our incredible featured visits.
Ivory Organic was founded on the gardening concept of whitewashing, simply lightening your plants to better tolerate weather extremes, transplant shock, and so much more. Such a valuable gardening practice that farmers have been doing it since BC times. However, in recent years, most research has been caring for plants and trees using latex and tar-based products which are designed to last 100 years but fall off your plants within 1 to 2 years as your plants grow, contaminating your garden soil indefinitely. Available in colors white or more natural looking colors such as brown, green, gray, and grayish. Ivy Organic has 2 general categories of whitewash products. The 3-in-1 Plant Guard, which includes 7 natural oils, including castor, cinnamon, clove, garlic, peppermint, rosemary, and spearmint, which offer insect and rodent repellent protection, and the Whitewash Oil Free formula. Both products also have diatomaceous earth in the base ingredients, which naturally offer some insect repellent protection too. As always, keep growing with Ivy Organics, and wishing you all happy gardening.
All right. Here we are back at it, Natalie. Boy, time sure did flow by right quick, didn't it? I mean, here we are getting ready to wrap this up here real quick.
Yeah, time flew by, and honestly, I feel like I had so many more questions for all 3 of those ladies. All remarkable things they've got growing on. It was awesome and very exciting to be able to chat with them. So I can't wait to see what they've got coming up on next week's segment.
Yeah. I'll have to say too, this was another thing I didn't necessarily warn you about too when it comes to doing these types of shows, and you get to meet all these awesome people like we get to do here on the Let's Get Growing shows, and now continuing here with our Green Room show on Monday night, is we're going to be having conversations with all sorts of gardeners from all over the world doing all sorts of different things and all of that. And you have to kind of live with the fact that after you're done with the conversation, or when the time's up, is that you kind of have to kind of live with what you got. You know what I mean? You're wanting more because again, we get to have so many wonderful conversations. And like you said, I always have about 20 more questions for every guest I've ever talked to.
Well, it's a perfect segue because that's where the lightning round comes
Yeah.
in.
Yes,
Right? And
exactly. And we've got to talk about this for a minute, right?
Yeah, so that's something that we are going to be doing with all of our guests that we have on the Green Room whenever we have a featured guest, I guess I would say, doing a lightning round, speed round of questions, just to kind of get some major questions answered right off the bat so that we don't miss any of the important stuff.
Yeah. It just, and also too, as I think you were saying before too, it's also a good way to just kind of break the ice, get the conversation started, right? We're just going to throw some fastball questions at our guests and everything.
You gotta get the guests a little bit uncomfortable before they can get really comfortable, you know? So.
Yeah. So definitely, and again, this will be fun. We'll have a guest next week. We'll give it our first shot with, and then we'll kind of work it out as we roll with our guests as we move forward and everything. But here's a little bumper taste of what we got going with our lightning round. So look forward to that next week when we get going here again for what will be kind of our second show, but really kind of our first show. We're just kind of consider this our soft launch, as you will. You know what I mean? Just kind of getting used to, the hang of things around here for, especially between. And I think we did a pretty good job, Natalie, tonight.
We did a great job.
There was only a couple of things. I was worried, like, are we gonna right now, like we're doing step on each other? But
no, I mean, it's all good. And other than the technical glitches, I think everything went pretty well. I think we did a good job. A job well done. So.
Job well done. Job well done for the first time.
Are we letting everybody know what's going on next week on the show?
Yeah. Let's start talking about that as we get into it. Let's talk about next week's guest here for the Green Room. And I'm really excited about this guest too. And I'm excited for you to be able to get to meet him as well. I got to talk with our guest next week in a pre-recorded interview we did a couple of years ago. And that's one of the cool things about this new show, the Green Room, is that it also allows us to be able to book and talk to some guests that aren't available on the weekends for our regular weekend lineup of shows. And that was the case for next week's guest. Next week, we're going to be talking with Joe Lample. Joe Lample's going to come and join us. He's this one of my favorite guys. I used to watch his show, Growing a Greener World, all the time on PBS. This is a guy who's got a lot of experience making gardening content and talking and doing interviews. So we're kind of jumping into the fire next week, if you really will, next week, Natalie, because we got a real professional interviewer next week. So here we go.
That's what I'm all about. Just, go big or go home. So
that's right.
I'm looking
Go
forward
big
to
or
it. We
go
got a
home.
big guest next week, and I'm really excited to learn some more.
Yeah. So we'll throw the lightning round at him next week. So that'll be fun. We'll have a whole bunch of, I'm sure he's got, lots of really great stories to tell us about all the different types of, shows that he's produced and different people he's gotten to meet and, all that sort of stuff. So, definitely come back and join with us again next week for the Green Room with Joe Lample as I guess we'll call our real first real guest of the show, in the sense of we're getting going, our feet's to the fire. This guy's a professional interviewer. We're gonna have to get going, but here we go. Green Room is all set for it.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Excellent. And real quick here too, let me also let you know too, if you guys are all interested in coming and joining with us, like I said, we are basically your 3-day gardening weekend around here on the Urban Gardener channel, as we are here also on Saturdays and Sundays, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern as well too. So if you want, come back and join with us as well next Saturday as we get the next 3-day weekend started. And next week on the show, we're going to be talking to Nate Murray from Garden Like a Viking. Nate's been on the show several different times. He's got a great channel and does live streams right before our Saturday show as well too. So we'll have Nate joining with us, as well as Spoken Garden. Sean and Allison will join with us as well too for our Are You Following Me segment next Saturday for our show. Then, as well as Sunday edition of the show, we're going to have our good friend Christopher Bransdahl joining with us, and Kangstar. Christopher joining us from the mountains of Norway, the cold mountains of Norway right now, I'm sure, and Kangstar from the Lone Star State of Texas. These two, Natalie, are my original live stream but friends. They were the first guests, the first people I ever did kind of a live stream situation other than just myself in front of the camera with. So yeah.
Didn't you mention that they also grow hydroponically?
Both of them
or
do.
they have experience with hydroponic growing. Yeah, so that'll be
Yeah.
cool to tune into. I'm looking forward to that. They were
Yeah.
on your show not too long ago.
Yeah, we try to get them around every couple of months because they're like my original guys. I like to catch up with them and what's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
And
very cool.
see what's happening with them. Christopher, who's really, he's really technical about it. This guy's got some really good, high tech knowledge about putting together like chips so he can make his own timers and things like that for his system that he's got set up. He's got a whole new room that he's been introducing, and he's going to be showing us more of throughout this next growing room stuff. I'm kind of excited about testing with him and seeing what he's got going there as well too.
Nice.
You'll be impressed with the stuff that you can grow in his grow room all the way up. And I guess that's how you think, probably in a very similar situation where it probably looks somewhere nice and white and cold and freezing outside of Toronto up there, right? Where really Canada. So he's all the way up in the mountains in Norway. So.
Yeah,
Guys
for
grow
sure.
some really cool stuff indoors. So yeah, that's gonna be a great conversation.
Awesome.
Right
Look
on,
forward
right
to
on.
tuning in.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So
Again, thank you to everybody that joined us tonight for our first show. The chat was busy and buzzing, and thank you to everybody that tuned in. What a great way to start off the first show, the first Green Room.
yeah.
So thank you.
MKP say an amazing show tonight. I love it.
Thank you,
This is
MK.
great. That's great. Croc Gardner in there. Thank you. Hope is all is well. Awesome.
Thank you, Croc Gardner. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you.
We even got a little hell yeah. There we go.
Yeah, we got
Right
Frank in the
on.
house. Good to see you.
Yeah. And I suppose this is someone we know, Night. See you tomorrow.
Yes.
So that's for you,
See
Natalie.
you
Tell us a
tomorrow.
little bit too
Yes.
what you got coming up tomorrow. Let us
Yeah,
know about that.
tomorrow, per usual, I've got my live stream every day at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Working in the garden. We are starting some new seeds tomorrow. So come join me on my channel, The Fresh Princess, tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern.
And you do these live streams like basically almost every day, right?
I never miss
Almost.
a day, every single day.
Never miss a day.
Yeah, and sometimes I do it twice a day. If there's more work to be done in the garden, I try to share everything and I try to do it live to really show people the transparent side and everything that goes into a garden, that it's not just the highlight reel that you saw in the commercial earlier, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. So that's the live stream.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right on, right on. Lots of great stuff, Christopher and Kane. Yeah, he's trying to push me, and everybody. I'm gonna have to try something with some hydroponics as well, for sure. Definitely. I'm loving
when you're
seeing all
ready,
these
you
great
let me know.
comments.
You let me
I
know.
know. I know. I definitely gotta get in.
So we got Blue Nose Grows. What's up? And Reef. Good to see you.
Yes, excellent. Right on, everybody. Thank you so much, Natalie, again for taking on this new adventure with me. And it's just been a wonderful night, our first night out. I just been having a great night hanging out with you, and I can imagine some lots more really fun evenings for us here on the Green Room. Yeah, I just look forward to it so much. This next Monday, especially with Joe next week.
Absolutely. And thank you again for the opportunity. I'm so excited to be a part of the Urban Gardener family and part of the Green Room. And thank you to everybody that joined us tonight. It was a great way to start things off. And I feel like we kicked things off in a positive way, and looking forward to next week.
Excellent. Yeah, and that's the other thing we got to figure out too as well. And I didn't mention it earlier. We got to figure out a nice, cool sign off for us as well too for the Green Room. So we'll have to figure something out as we get going. But anyways, thanks again, Natalie. Thank you, everybody out there. Thank you so much for being here with us. And again, do all of that great stuff, the free stuff, click all the likes and subscribes and do all that sort of stuff to us here. Definitely check out links to all of our guests down below in the description. And we'll look forward to seeing all of you next week on the Green Room. And also I'll see all of you on Saturday and Sunday, but definitely looking forward to seeing you again for our next episode of the Green Room here.
Thank you, everybody. Happy growing and have a great week.
All right. See you then.
Power out.